Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel on the Art of Alopecia. For those who don't know me, my name is Marcy and I have an autoimmune condition called alopecia universalis. Basically what that means is my immune system is mistakenly attacking my hair follicles, and that is why I am completely bald and balding throughout my body. And this is my very first YouTube video in front of this huge ring light that I just ordered. It is massive. It is twice my size. I could probably fit 3 of my heads inside like the actual ring light. So it's actually kind of fun because it's kind of like professional. I feel like a professional. I can kind of play with the levels of the light. So if this is too bright, let me know. I can dim it down. Here, let me show you. Okay, wait. Okay, so this makes me a bit warmer. Whoa! Okay, bringing it back, bringing it back. Oh, it makes me really warm. This is so much fun. Okay, now what does this level do? Oh my goodness, this is so, this is so fun. Okay, let's bring it back. I think that's probably where I was. Maybe, okay. This is a good light for me. But today I have a really exciting video for you guys today. Bellami Wigs have kindly gifted me 3 of their synthetic wigs to review today. They're all super fun and very unique in their own ways. So I'm going to be showing you 3. I've already cut the lace off of 2, but I'm actually going to be demonstrating how I myself cut lace. So I'm going to be cutting the lace off of 1 of them. But without further ado, if you want to see these gorgeous wigs and you want to learn more about Bellami, then definitely continue watching. I would really appreciate it. But yeah, without further ado, I will not make this intro any longer than it needs to be, so let's get going. Okay, so I'm not going to do an unboxing just because I got impatient, and the minute that I got it, I opened it and I started cutting the lace and just took everything apart. But I will show you what comes with your wigs. So the first thing is you will get a Bellami drawstring bag. And for those who know me know that I love these drawstring bags because they are so great for keeping your wigs in storage and keeping them nice and safe. They're also really good for travel as they fit right into your suitcase while keeping it nice and secure. It's not made out of the thickest or softest material, but it does get the job done, and yeah, I'm excited to store them in it. And then another thing that will come with your wig is a wig cap, which is always great. You can never have too many wig caps. I don't personally use them, but they did send me a color nude just because that's the closest one to my skin color. And then they also send you a little brochure of synthetic wig care instructions, which is always great. I find synthetic wigs are a little bit difficult to keep track just because they are also different and made from different materials, so you never know what you can do and what you can't do. But for this one, it is very high in synthetic fiber, meaning you can put a good amount of heat on it. I believe it is 400 degrees Fahrenheit, but yeah. So I am going to be reviewing 3 of their wigs today. I got a little impatient and cut 2 of the laces just to see how beautiful they looked, but I will be showing you how I cut the lace on 1 of them, and I'll do that on the last one. So I will introduce the first 2. Yeah, I can't wait. Okay, so let's start with the first one, and if I'm looking over here, that's just because I'm looking at their website, wanting to give you the best information that I can on these wigs. Okay, so the first one's probably the most fun, and it is the Felicia Body Wave. She is a gorgeous cotton candy pink with some really dark rooting. It's almost close to black. Let me give you other specs so I don't say the wrong thing. It is a lace front and a mono top. So the thing that I was really impressed about when I was looking up these specs was it's hand-tied, and not a lot of synthetic wigs are hand-tied. They're usually machine-made, so that's one thing that I'm very impressed about. It just makes things a bit more realistic, and it also lasts you a lot longer. And I believe this is probably machine-made at the bottom, and they also come with a bunch of different clips that you can easily take out if you'd like. Comes in with a big clip here and then the adjustment straps at the bottom, and it has a security band, which I'm so excited about. I've only noticed security bands being put in wigs since I got my Nuella wig. Actually, it is life-changing when you're wearing wigs, just because it adds a whole extra layer of security. It just it keeps the wig on and it's not going anywhere, and it actually kind of lets you have a bit more control over your wig, which is awesome. The length is 18 inches, which is honestly the perfect length, and the density is full, so I think I would probably want to thin it out just to make it look a bit more natural. And obviously the texture is a beautiful body wave. The head circumference is 54.5 centimeters, and Bellami wigs, it's one size fits all, so I don't believe you can get a custom smaller or larger cap size. But I have already tried them all on, and I think they were made for smaller heads, which is a huge plus because usually synthetic wigs, they come so big. So yeah, so let's try it on. I have everything adjusted accordingly, and I'm just gonna flip it on. Okay, so here she is. She is so soft, which is really difficult to come by when you're buying a synthetic wig. I haven't noticed any shedding. I've already given her a good brush and no hair came out, which is amazing. I think it's because of the hand knotted, because usually when it's machine made, it will just come out in chunks. So here she is. The rooting is extremely dark, but that is okay. I just have really pale skin. I will give you a close-up on the part and on the front lace. Okay, so here she is. Obviously you can tell that the knots are not bleached, and they are quite visible for someone who has such pale skin. Don't mind my little cuts everywhere. But that is it, and I think it can only be parted in one place, which is towards the left side. That is okay. This wouldn't be a wig that I would want to wear on a regular basis. It would just be like a fun wig that I would want to wear, or for Valentine's Day coming up maybe. I do wish that the rooting would be a little lighter in color, just because it's quite dark, if I'm being honest, but I can always make my eyebrows a little darker, but I will never be able to get that dark. But this is the first wig. She is stunning. Let me just show you from the back. But yeah, so this is the Felicia wig. I will be posting them all down below, so don't even worry about it. So if you are interested, she is $69, and I believe that's in American. I will clarify that in the description down below, but I believe it is in American, so really good price for a high quality synthetic wig. It's really fun, very light. It doesn't feel too heavy, it doesn't feel itchy. The cap construction is made well, so yeah, that's the first wig. So on to my next wig, which is probably my favorite out of the three. Her name is Sasha, and she's supposedly supposed to be a chocolate brown dirty blonde, but she actually is quite red, which I am so okay with. I love red hair. This is kind of like my dream color, and then the red kind of turns into a really beautiful warm blonde, if you can see that. So it's like a really beautiful blend in color. She's also a high heat friendly synthetic fiber. You can use up to 365 degrees Fahrenheit and 180 degrees Celsius, which isn't a lot, but still you could probably add a little bit of waves in her if you felt like it, but I think the straightness of it is so beautiful. The texture, obviously, it's straight with a slight curl at the bottom. She is 26 inches in length, which is insane. Like, that is so long. I will definitely want to cut it over time. Her density is full. Her head circumference is 54.5 centimeters. If you have a really small head like mine, I think mine is 20 inches in circumference, it fits perfectly. The cap construction is a lace front Swiss lace base. So as you can tell, this is the lace part and this is the Swiss base, and wefted at the back, probably machine made. It has the adjustment straps and also the security band, which is great. And then it has a few clips that you can easily take out if you don't need it and you don't have hair like me. Let's try it on. I'll probably have to give her a good brush because I've been kind of flinging her around for a little bit. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I don't think she is a brown. I think she's definitely more of a red, which again, totally fine with. This is like my perfect hair. If I were to dye my actual hair, if I had some, it would be this color. Or maybe full red. I've always wanted to do that. Okay, so now that she's brushed out, let me zoom into the part and to the front lace. Okay, so obviously you can tell that the knots aren't bleached on here as well, but the parting is actually quite realistic. So if you were just to go out and wear it like this, I don't think anyone would be able to tell that you're wearing a wig. But maybe if you start to, you know, pull it back, then they might be able to, but you can always add baby hairs to kind of disguise the part, and you can glue it down, definitely. So you do have the capability to throw it up. You just have to do a little bit of work to do so. But I think it is 10 out of 10, would recommend. It's so beautiful. The color blend is probably my favorite part, and I probably would have to cut it over time because I think it's a little bit too long for my liking. But it does come long, so you do have the luxury to cut it over time, which is great. The one thing that I wanted to show you about this wig is where the ear tabs lay. So the ear tabs lay right on top of my ear, where they should be right in front of it, which is okay. It just probably will irritate my ear after a little bit. So I don't quite know why they did that. I mean, it fits perfectly on my head, but I feel like maybe for someone with a larger head or more pushed back ears, I don't even know if that's even possible, this would fit and sit properly on them. And my mom is talking in the background. But that's probably the only flaw that I can give this wig. Let me just stand up and show you how long it is. Like, I can't even fit it in the frame. Like, woo! It's really long, but it's so stunning, and I would highly recommend this to anyone who's kind of wanting to try like a good quality synthetic wig, who wants the luxury of having this gorgeous long hair, you know, without struggling to, you know, grow it out yourself, because I know for some, like me, it can be really hard. So yeah, that is the Sasha one, and I will link it down below. Okay, so we have finally arrived to the last wig, and I haven't done anything with her. She's still in her normal packaging. So I will be cutting the lace on this one and then telling you guys a bit about the wig. Just take her out of her fishnet, and then take out this tissue paper. Definitely will need to give her a good brush. Okay, so now I'm going to be showing you how I cut the lace on my wigs, and hopefully you can see that clearly. I can't really see the camera right now, so I'm just gonna hope for the best. So first thing I do is I take just like the smallest scissors that I can find, and I will slowly start to cut in the middle. Okay, so I'm not actually going to put it on my knee just because the positioning of the camera just won't be able to capture it. So since I've cut firstly in the middle, I'm going to go ahead and start cutting on the left-hand side, and you want to make sure that you're not keeping any slack between the lace. You want it to be completely straight. And you're kind of wanting to go in like a zigzag format so that it just doesn't look so straight, because once you do the zigzag, it blends more into your skin. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull it tight, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do a zigzag throughout. You wanna leave a little bit of room when it comes to the parting of the hair, just because you don't want it to be interfering with the fake follicles. So here I'm just doing this, hopefully you can see that. So when I'm cutting the lace for the first time, I like to leave a little bit more room than I would, just because you can always cut, but you can't go back. So it's always safe just to leave a little bit of room, and then you can always cut over time. Okay, so now that I have arrived at the ear, I'm going to take my jaw clip and reinforce the hair to go the other side so I can clearly see what I'm doing without the obstruction of hair. And then I'm still going to do the exact same thing, but now I'm just turning directions. And there we go. There is one side done. So it should look a little bit like a zigzag. Hopefully you can see that. And now I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side and just fast track this video. Okay guys, so now that I've shown you how to cut the lace, and please let me know in the comments if you couldn't see it properly. I'm sorry for my video skills. They are not the greatest, but I can promise to make another one for my next wig that I get. That's either a front lace or a full lace. We'll definitely be able to figure out a way to place the camera so that you can properly see it. But now I'm going to show you this gorgeous wig, and this is the last one that I got. So again, this is the Giselle wig, and she is the exact same cap construction, the exact same length, the exact same width and size, and basically just the same wig as the one that I just showed you. It's just in a different color. So my ring light makes it look a little bit more red, but if I turn it down, it is definitely more of a brown. So maybe there you can see that it's a little bit more red. It's a beautiful blend. I will be taking tons of pictures in these in the natural lighting, so you can kind of get a bit of a reference. She is the exact same wig as the other one. In cap construction, everything is the same, just in a different color. So let me just show you this on. I will definitely have to brush her because I've been flipping her around. And the only thing about this one that I noticed when I was taking her out of her packaging was she didn't have the resistance band, but I did notice that there is the little slits for it. So I don't know what happened there. Maybe they forgot, or maybe it got lost somewhere. Maybe it's my mistake, but it still fits perfectly fine on my head as long as I'm not just like whipping my head around, but it's still very secure on my head without it. So here she is. She is a beautiful, beautiful brown blonde. The rooting is done really nice, but again, still has that ear issue for me. I'm not saying that you will have the same issue, just saying my head is tiny and maybe it's not made for too tiny of a head, but it's very snug on my head. And I absolutely love it. I think it is so elegant, and I can't wait to add maybe a little bit of waves inside. I think it would make it even more beautiful than it actually is. It's very soft, and it hasn't been shedding too much, but 10 out of 10 would recommend. This is beautiful and I am obsessed. And before ending this video, I just wanted to give you a little bit of a close-up on the part and the front lace. So bear with me and I will zoom in and focus for you guys. Here you have a bit of an idea of what it looks like close up. Obviously, I could add some baby hairs to make it look a bit more natural. I can maybe cut off those last few bits. But honestly, as I said in the other one, if you were just to go out like this, no one would be able to tell that you're wearing a wig unless they really look too up close. But other than that, I would highly recommend Bellami wigs. I think their synthetic wigs are absolutely stunning and they're made with really good high quality. So if you are looking for a synthetic wig, I haven't tried their human hair wigs yet, so I can't speak to those, but if you are looking for a good synthetic wig that will last you a while, then I would highly recommend these. They are beautiful. I will link everything down below. But that is it for today's video, guys. I am absolutely feeling myself in these wigs. I think they're absolutely stunning and just really great, high quality, somewhat realistic looking synthetic wigs that you can buy for less than $100, which is awesome. If you have any questions regarding these wigs, if you have any questions regarding anything about me, then you can always just shoot me a DM or comment down below. And after this video is done, I will be posting lots of pictures with these wigs in the natural lighting so you guys can get a better idea of what they look like. That is it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the post notifications, and also follow me on Instagram on the Art of Alopecia, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.